think being a child, such a kind of discrimination or else rejection from others, and the child can't express also.
Always I was more chubbier child. I was a little heavy. I was not fitting with all those people around, in and around my school. Then, so I felt I was nothing. I was useless. I was, just wasteful. I felt my parents don't like me because I'm fat. Because they also kept somewhere indirectly in the name of fun, they'll be like, "Nee para alaga yana madiri." They all say, no, you do bigger things, you'll be like, the first time when I did it, I just openly, I felt nervous, I felt powerful, I felt good. There were also another side where they were like, இவங்களுக்குலாம் வேற வேலை இல்லை, இது ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டி, இதுக்குன்னு ஆரம்பிச்சு unhealthy habits.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I'm in a relationship. Sometimes our lessons are learnt through our experiences. To start conquering the world, two things very important.
Hi, welcome to ONSense Talk. Today we have someone special. The first South Indian plus size model who walked into the ramp of Lakmé Fashion Week. Not just that, a voice of self-love. Charming, young, energetic, and a very high in demand makeup artist. None other than Akshaya is there with us. Welcome to ONSense Talk, Akshaya.
Thank you so much, Yasin. I feel so grateful.
Okay, it's actually, since many years,
I know.
trying to bring you in the studio, okay, so that your voice is heard to the rest of the world through ONSense Talk. Okay, it's our honor, and we are so pleased to invite you and bring you here. Okay, so how do you feel today?
I feel amazing. Thank you for hyping me up so much. I'm so happy and I'm feeling very grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very happy. I can't wait to share more.
You know something, Akshaya? When I think about you, we met maybe 7 years back, I guess, for the first time. Okay.
Yes.
That wide smile, okay, bright eyes with a lot of energy and power still in you. Okay. What is the secret behind this?
The secret, the real truth behind this is learning through your difficult times, through your pain. They say, right, a lot of times, சொல்லுவாங்க தனியா இருக்க வேணாம், எல்லாரோடையும் இருங்க, எல்லாரோடையும், mingle ஆகுங்க. Yes, சில time நல்லது. But sometimes when life goes down, the more alone you be, the more you understand yourself better. And the more we work on it and overstep when we keep coming forward, I think that highlights, and that is the biggest reason for the biggest smile that I have, I would say. Our beautiful lessons, our beautiful life, the process, and everything.
Understand. All right. So, Akshaya, being a child, when you look back, how was the journey?
Well, to be very frank, when I say childhood, I would say I was the most pampered child in my family, like center of attraction. Everybody loved and cared for me. But as days went by, when you bring or when I look back into my school days, the first thing that comes to my mind is about my appearance. Always I was more chubbier child. I was a little heavy. I was not fitting with all those people around, in and around my school. Back then I remember my dance teacher, I think I was 3rd standard or something. I was a lead dancer. She took me from that and she made me a scarecrow. That hit me very hard, but I didn't know how to say. I was throwing tantrums like a child. Then my Hindi teacher, who kept always asking me, why are you so fat? Why are you so fat? Those things and all hit me very hard. So I won't say I had a very beautiful childhood, but I did have one side which was very loving, kind and happy. The other side always kept questioning me about myself. am I in the right space? So gunda irindona, if you're fat, is it a crime? I was not able to understand, but it made me feel more depressed. It made me shut down myself completely. I felt I was lost.
I think being a child, such a kind of discrimination or else rejection from others, and the child can't express also.
Yes, I didn't know back then, and in my school also it was more like fairies are supposed to be white, and opportunity was given to people who could communicate in English very well, who could be the rank holders, or the top 5 would get a lot of chances. They never picked the real talent I felt back then. So I felt I was nothing, I was useless, I was just wasteful. I felt my parents don't like me because I'm fat. I hated my body. I hated whatever I did. I was feeling so insecure, actually. That was how the childhood side was. Because of that, I couldn't at times meet my relatives, meet people, talk to them, because they also kept somewhere indirectly in the name of fun, they'll be like, நீ பாரு அழகா யானை மாதிரி இருக்க, யாராவது அழகா யானை மாதிரி இருக்கேன்னு சொல்லுவாங்களா? இப்போ சொன்னால் ஓகே, நம்மளுக்கு என்ன தோணும்? I love elephants. So when I look at elephants, I feel the power, the gigantic figure, the strength, and that's what I feel. So I feel very cute. Back then, when you say they compared elephant to people who are fat, or they compared Lord Ganesha with people who had big tummy, somebody who can eat 4-5 plates were people who became fat, whereas somebody who ate less were lean, petite, and healthy and good looking. So there was a lot of battle within me, I would say.
I understand. Okay. So school days, childhood was battling. You were a warrior. So the most important time for anyone in their life is adolescence. We'll be having crush, okay, or else like we'll be having emotional changes, okay, in that transition period. How was yours? Because that is a time when we start thinking about ourselves.
Yes, I think when I finished my 12th standard, I failed in 12th boards, especially in maths, like 4 times. So it took 2 years for me. I was studying well, but I don't know what happened back then. Lot of things, personal life issues and everything was there. And when I came out, I lost my friends. No one wanted to talk to me because I failed. I didn't have the support. I didn't have a lot of people around me encouraging. People, whoever I was surrounded, were those people who believe that if you don't study, there's no life. There's no life if there's no studies, and only that will bring. Neither a woman should have beauty so that she can rule the world, or she should be married off, or she should have good studies, so the studies would help you get into a good college. After college, you would get into a job, you would earn a good money, then you get married. That's how the life was. Whereas I always felt this is not the life that I want or I'm looking for back then. And slowly, when I was trying to come out of the school, I studied in a complete girls' school. So getting exposed to the boys post my 12th standard and all, it was very difficult for me. I couldn't find even one boy back then who accepted me for whatever I was.
But you were having that need or urge saying like, yes, I also wanted a boyfriend, or else
obviously that would be there, because see, while growing up, my family was loving, my dad, my mom, everybody were very loving. But in that adolescent age is when you would want more. You would not try to go back to your parents. At the same time, you would want to behave like an elder person. You would end up taking some bad decisions. Yes, I would say more than a boyfriend, I needed the love. That was more important for me. அது அப்போ என்ன தோணும், while watching all these movies and everything, what we think is, oh, we find a guy, then the guy is a savior, like Prince Charming. That's what even the Disney teaches you. True. A Prince Charm would come, take all your struggle and give you the beautiful princess life. But back then, if schools would have taught how to live a life, for example, they teach you grammar, they teach you maths, but they don't teach you how to communicate. They don't teach you how to invest. You get it? They teach you moral science, but they don't teach you morals of basic to say or no. They don't teach you mental health. They don't teach you how to stand confident, be bold and bright. always it was comparisons, and who people who looked good, or whose parents were socially well off, were recognized more. I think the backbenchers were always the backbenchers openly, but slowly when I came out of it, I had a lot of rejection among people. To be friends itself, I've had some of the boys in my area say, "Nee gunda irka, I can't be your friend. I don't like any women who look ugly," and all that made me feel terrible. I don't know how to express. Now when I think of it, I've healed, accepted, and we move on. We changed, right? But back then and all, it was ripping my heart.
And in those days, there was no term called as body shaming, I guess. Like
Yeah, it was not like this. Kaylee Kindle, just for fun. They term it saying
mocking.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also a very toxic trait. Now only we are coming up and saying it's toxic. Back then it was just common. It's like, so what if he says, you mind your work? How? Teach me how.
Yeah.
If you can teach me how, then it would be easy for me that those emotions wouldn't bother me, right?
Yeah. I understand. All right. Okay. So from school, you told you failed in math when you were in your 12th grade. Okay. How was the response from your parents, at least?
My parents were very supportive. I would say my dad was such a cool dad, openly speaking, because he was a person who believes if it has to happen, it happens, but be confident. He is a person who never gives up. Okay, and I think that is the quality that is also inbuilt in me growing up, seeing my dad. He never, how to say, he never gave up on himself. Even during the tough situations, I've seen him trying to fight in the best way possible. You get it? For me, I won't say it's the best, or others might not say, but for him, it is the best. So, not giving up character or fighting back or being confident and exploring myself, I think I picked it up from my dad.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Amazing. Okay. So you got a super dad.
Yeah.
Blessed with that. All right. So then after that, while I was exploring online to know much more about you, okay, as a part of podcast or whatever, so I've seen a lot of news online saying like, then from there on the 12th, there is an incident which I've seen. You have been pushed aside by a teacher. What was that?
I think more than pushing, I was telling you, it's my Hindi teacher.
Okay.
I have referred it to that. She always kept asking why you're so fat. That pushed me so much. That made me feel so bad and terrible. That it bothered me so much, and only in 10th standard I could speak about that in my school and communicate to my principal, and then I changed another language. Whereas if I really think back now, she was also a plus size person.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I'm still not able to understand why. Back then it hurted me, but now I'm at a stage where I've genuinely healed it, and I'm not angry on her. Back then I was very angry on her. Why are you only picking me? Why are you only asking me? And I was not pretty good also in Hindi. So she used to put me down. She used to be like, you speak in one sentence in Hindi. I still remember this. One sentence you speak in Hindi, and I'll understand you've been learning Hindi from your first standard, because my Hindi is not my mother tongue. Okay. And I tried my best. At times I get 70s, 80s. Sometimes I fail. But she asked me this, and I said, "Mujhe Hindi nahi malum." And she was like,
Gazing.
yeah. I don't know what was. She didn't do that only to me. She did it to a couple of other students also. After I broke out and I started speaking about this, there were a lot of DMs that was coming from my juniors, seniors. Everybody's like, "Oh, she did this to me also. She did." But basically, what I understood out of it when I grew up older is, people who are not happy with themselves cannot be happy with others being themselves.
Is that one phrase or else a motto?
Yeah.
Which changed the life of yours from there?
100%. Because when I understood, when I'm not happy, we take instance, when we are down at our home or when we try to communicate, we don't want to talk to anyone, and even if they are happy, when they come and talk to us, we just slam them, or we somehow show our tantrum or our moods, and they also at times get affected. Few people do not get affected because they understand. They see you way beyond yourself. They see you what you are going through. Some people cannot. So that's how I understood that, because when I started accepting accepting myself, when I started loving myself and, taking a step forward, I was able to appreciate everybody. The way I looked at people made me go gaga. I was looking at all the beautiful women, men, everyone. I was like, you're so cute, you're so nice. I could only see the positive side of them, and I was very happy, meeting them, talking to them, and enjoying having beautiful conversations with them. I couldn't see those sides that affected me.
So how it transformed from the 12th after a student of 12th standard or 12th grade losing in means math, and after that coming out of that, and from there, then what we are seeing is a different Akshaya, flying high like a butterfly. Okay.
Yes.
So how it happened?
I think there was a time where I realized that even I was shut down by the society. A woman should be this, a woman should be that. This is how it works. So I slowly started grooming myself and understanding. When I could see a lot of elderly women, men, everybody dressing and looking at their best, I was like, why am I sitting and crying? Okay, let me go find out how I can fix myself and look better, be presentable. It's not about me going and losing 10, 20 kgs back then, but about accepting who I am, how I can be the best version of myself. So I went, I grew myself, and all of a sudden everybody turns back at me. I passed in my 12th, and I got featured in a lot of newspapers back then. I thought that was beauty. But again, there was a turning point in my life. I saw my friend's mother passing away in cancer. Some of my cousin, actually, she passed away in cancer. Seeing all of it, that really affected me, and I felt like, what is beauty? It made me think very deep. That's when I took a bold decision that I wanted to do something. I was not financially strong to go help them or donate them, but I started being a part of India Turn Pinks and few more NGOs where we go meet a lot of patients, talk to them, and be a part of it, do like small services to them. That's when I decided that if a beauty of a woman is described by the way she looks, the way she appears, and also women are all, and their beauty standards are also described because of the length of their hair. They think a woman with a beautiful hair is Meera, and the woman without a hair is like, it's something very negative, or I don't know how to put it properly, but I didn't like that. And growing up, I was always told in my family, don't cut your hair, don't cut your hair. Hair is beautiful, hair is beautiful. Hair only defines a woman. All those things came up, and that's when I decided. I saw a few pages on Instagram that, you can donate your hair for cancer patients, and, they make a wig out of it. So I found out few people, and in 2019, January 24, I was 24 years old. My hair was 24 inches length. I completely shaved my head and I donated my hair for cancer patients. That was one of the biggest and the best decision that I've ever taken in my life is that. And I would say till today, I'm extremely grateful.
Okay.
It was the biggest thing ever. And
that's really great. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you, and I admire you for that action. Okay, because a 24-year-old woman shaving off her hair, it's a very bold move. Okay, fine. So what happened after that?
So a lot of people in my community itself, they were like, you can't shave your head. You shaved your head, it's a bad sin. It's bad. Neither your husband dies or your parents, when they pass away is when you need to do it in this Brahmin community and all this. For me, none of this mattered. All that mattered to me is if I could help somebody. When I started being selfless, first I learned self-love was, grooming ourselves, being the best version. That was one first step of self-love. The second step of self-love that came to me was when I went bald, I also had this thought. My friends and I were like, Apro, when you go bald, you can't take a wig and wear it and then become better and say, oh my God, I regret it. Don't do all of it. I was like, no, I won't do that. I was very confident. I don't know why. Somewhere there was this huge confidence. But the minute I donated my hair, I felt so light, I felt so good. And there was this biggest turning point where I understood that it is not what or how I look. It's about how I feel. If I'm going to feel beautiful on the inside, it's a feeling. That's what when anyone who's going to look at me on the outside are going to say. And when I was bald, I kept shaving a couple of months also to maintain the look because I really loved it. And there were a lot of people who came and told me, and I did a photo shoot back then. That photo shoot went viral all over the world, where I was featured in Forbes and a lot more magazines. I slowly got featured in Scoop Whoop, Forbes India. I became one of the speakers in TEDx community. I was giving my TED Talks in Delhi, and all this thing came to me only when I decided to do something that my heart said. But back then also, I didn't know that this was the reason. All I knew is if I'm going to remove certain habits that are not serving for my best, and if I'm going to focus fully on me, I'm going to win. Yes, I did. I got featured on Vogue and everything. It was very beautiful. So that part happened. But that, I would say, that was also a second layer of self-love.
Exactly.
To me, actually.
Exactly. But there is a time, like, mostly when parents, family, society, friends, everyone point on you and say, like, you have to reduce your weight. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even this happened with me as well. Okay. Now, there is a moment. See, mostly what happened is like when you are on the other side, you will think like, yes, I have to start dieting from tomorrow. I should work out from tomorrow. I have to do, at least a few grams I have to reduce. Whereas in your case, it's in the other way around, I feel like. You never thought of, I have to reduce something. No.
Yeah. I never thought that I had to reduce, but one thing I understood is that even I had this thought, so what, you can be fat, you can win the world. Yes, that's all there. Acceptance is what that is required. But if you see on the scientific way or the personal, my own, habits and lifestyle, though while I was being a plus size model, I was working for Lakmé Fashion Week or anything. One thing I noticed is because of my weight, I couldn't walk properly or, do certain things. That's when I decided that, being fat is completely okay. But if you could, be strong, and if you can strengthen your body, and it's not about reduction, it's also about gaining a lot of strength. When you do that, your life changes. So I was working out back then every day for 6 months, maintaining my diet. I was still in the same weight. Maybe I would have lost like 5 to 10 kgs then and there, but it was still helping me a lot to be there, be more flexible. That's when I understood that it is not about reducing weight. It is about how do you feel it. Neither I can struggle and reduce weight where the process is going to be hard, or I can enjoy and do it.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, what if I ask you, like, whether Akshaya is a rebellious person, or else you are challenging the system and the society and saying, like, this is what I am?
I think I would say I'm challenging and saying this is what I am, because I think now moving on after all this instance that recently I've been, the last 1.5 years of my life has been very different. There are a lot of things that have made me understand it is not that is on the outside, but it's what that is inside you. So the transformation is very, very different and huge, I would say.
Okay. So now from here, how you are walking on the ramp and how you reach there as a model, as a plus size model,
Okay.
what made you to take that decision? Please.
Yeah. So what happened is I've always watched, Instagram was booming back then, and I was joining in my college. I was doing my fashion designing. I saw a lot of people auditioning for Lakmé Fashion Week and all. But I couldn't go back then because you need to travel to Delhi or Mumbai in flight charges. So I started earning and then I saved. When the third year came where I was able to afford my flight, I went to Delhi. Oh my God, you should see the room filled with 300 plus size model. I felt so good, and I fell in love with each and every one of the women. How beautiful, standing up for themselves. It's not the size, it's not how they look, but it's about how they were accepting themselves for who they are, and they were actually standing for themselves, right? It was very beautiful, and I felt so happy looking at them. And I did the audition, and that's when I came to know I was the first South Indian plus size model to walk Lakmé Fashion Week India. The main day came, I felt nervous. There were a lot more top bloggers, models, actresses walking the ramp along with us in the Mumbai. But then I was featured. I was given the opportunity to be featured all over the papers and everything. And it was very good. And I told you, right, I did a photo shoot in 2019 March for Women's Day, where I did ball bride, ball queen, ball North Indian bride. I just wanted to show them how it is. And it is just the beauty. It's just the beauty beyond limits. Beauty cannot have a certain specifications or sets. I
So
think the
it
beauty,
is like, defining beauty even if you don't have hair.
yeah, defining, there's no definition for beauty.
Yep.
Defining or telling people that there's no definition. Beauty is beauty in anything and everything. It's about how
It's
you
like
see.
beauty meets quality.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what was your... I know that you were nervous for the first
Yeah,
time on
yeah.
the ramp. But
Felt
how do you felt the first step on the ramp? Like yes,
I was feeling like they all say, no, you do bigger things, you'll be like, the first time when I did it, I just openly, I felt nervous, I felt powerful, I felt good. But once it was over, I felt, is that all? What is next?
what is next? Okay, because like setting the next goal,
Yeah.
higher goals.
Yes.
Yeah.
And something that I did for me was also this. Oh my God. Now only I'm actually realizing, okay, I did this for me. Yeah. Something that I did that I had like a goal and I achieved was this, I think. My first goal ever in life. 24 years walking on the ramp.
Proud of yourself?
Yes. Very much. Very happy.
Okay, now it's an achievement. It's an absolute achievement. And the biggest reason for doing all this is at the end of the day acceptance.
Yes.
Self acceptance, I agree. Now, did anything change from the society and family after this?
Yes, I would say my family, they were very happy. And few of my cousins and everybody were very supportive and, they were happy. But I also saw one side of the society who came and told me, you're fair and you're plus size, that's why they hire you. You should see the dark women. They start speaking on the other sides also. But I do accept that. I will not deny that. But that doesn't mean just because you're fair and you're plus size, they accept. Everybody have their own set of things. And that was the time that I was trying to break few norms. So I was taking one step at a time. There were a set of people who said, yeah, she is worth it, she's capable. There were also another side where they were like, இவங்களுக்குலாம் வேற வேலை இல்லை, இது ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டி, இதுக்குன்னு ஆரம்பிச்சு unhealthy habits, unhealthy. If you are unhealthy, why would we go to gym? Why were we able to even do few things? And standing on a 4-inch or a 3-inch heel isn't easy. Unless you're fit, your spine's good, your hip is good, your calf muscle, everything should be good. To stand there and walk or, during rehearsals. The show might be for a hour, but the rehearsals would be for days and hours. So it needs a lot of strength training.
Okay.
So that's what people don't
So
see
it
behind.
never happened overnight.
Yes.
You work hard for that.
Yes, you should work out pretty much, but you don't have to work out in a way where you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so dead. No, it's not like that. It's about, okay, I enjoy it. Okay, if I work out in a specific way, I strengthen, I can see how well I can walk. My backbone is straight, how I can sit. Now I don't feel pain. It's becoming the better version and trying out things, exploring and becoming better.
I have one another question. Okay, this is on the backstage of your ramp walk and stuff. See, there are 300 plus size models were there, you told.
Yeah, that was for the audition.
For the audition.
Yeah.
See, I'm sure as far as our community and society concerned, it is all about if you are a little bit chubby or fat, the next thing is to make fun,
Yeah.
mock, tease, whatnot.
And they think if they do that, it's cool, or they think if they do that, that will really make us go like, oh, I have to reduce and prove it to them.
Now, that is one way, and the person who's doing that, they feel like I've did some great social service.
Yes, they think that, see, they were brought up or they were also had insecurity. This is not just plus size. Body shaming is for anyone and everyone. Color, height, weight, or just because they don't like something or they don't like a feature, they'll be like, oh, un mooku seriyilla, un kannu seriyilla, un hair short irukku, your probably your hip is big, you have a broad hip, your shoulders are big, you're too feminine, you're too masculine. Some people have something or the other to tell it out.
You'll not get a guy. You cannot marry someone. Yeah. All right.
They say that, it's difficult. See, I do accept weight when you comparatively look on the health side and all. Yes, it does has the, side effects and a lot of things which doctors and the health advisory wellness people say, which is very true. I never deny that. But it is also equally on that side. It is not about how you look. It's about how you feel and how you are. How will you know if I'm fit or not?
Yeah, absolutely. So all these 300 people might have undergone one or another challenge.
100%.
When you people met together, how was the vibe there?
The vibe was all like, oh my God, girl, you're so beautiful. It was so nice. It was so peaceful. It felt like home. You belong there. Okay. I could see myself. We all were mirroring each other. There's beauty, happiness, hugs, and it was amazing. If I think of it itself, I feel so good now. It was that powerful vibe, I would say.
So I mean to say, like, if you wanted to create vibe and a nice feeling for others, empathy to the core,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
How that particular person feels,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
To create that particular good vibe and a good ambience there. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. So from here, okay, now you're becoming popular. You became popular. All right. Magazines, cover pages, FM radios, podcasts, everywhere you are there. Now, after that, what happened? How it changed your life?
My life changed very much because I was very disciplined. Now, when I think back, or when I'm trying to become better, I was thinking, how was I in 2019 so powerful, so good? What did I do? And if you see, I was very disciplined. There was no sugar. I gave up on all the habits that did not help me. I was fully focused on what I wanted to do, how I can achieve. I was driving towards it. I was thriving towards it. I was working out regularly. I understood the success was to unlearn, to relearn, and I was open for anything and everything that's going to help me to become the better and an expert in a particular industry. I think that really helped me. But post COVID, after I lost my grandfather, I don't know, I felt very lonely, and I didn't think too much about it and all. And days passed by. It was a year and two, and the last 2 years, I won't say I was at the best place of my life. My personal thoughts, we are evolving, we are trying to understand. A lot of awakening has been happening. I've always felt that before, it was everything for me was on the outside and was about feeling good. Okay, I did this, I did it for me. But when you go back and sit deep inside, I told I was very angry at my teacher. I couldn't forgive people. I just avoided them. But just because you avoid them doesn't mean that you don't have emotions inside. I got to understand the reality that, our life is like a two-side of a coin. There's going to be one side that is the outer world, the other side is the inside. So when I started traveling inside is when I understood the traumas, why I was attracting, the triggers, the emotions. This is a typical adulthood, the
And how
evolution.
did you heal yourself?
I think one of the best things that has happened to my life is pranic healing. That really helped me a lot. That was able to understand who am I, what's happening, how we can heal. My pranic healers, my friends, everybody were one of the biggest support system, I would say, taking one step at a time. See, there are a lot of ways to heal, but everybody will have their own choice, own way of feeling. That's when I understood that Aksha was feeling very good, everything on the outside, but on the inside again there was this empty feeling that was there, which I didn't know, because I was able to see success.
So you have a mentor.
Yeah, I never had how to say, I've never seen success in 24 years of my life. And imagine all of a sudden you see that and you think, wow, I've achieved something. But no, that's not the truth. When you go deeper is when on the outer you have, but on the inner, I did feel happy, but did it really make me feel the best? No. It made me feel good. It made me feel like, okay, people are seeing, people are accepting. I've proved that it's not only your appearance that matters, it's your talent. It's how you are. I was able to, slowly disintegrate all those things that people have tagged me or named me, proving them wrong. But why would I want to prove it only to them?
All right. And I've also seen, like, and after that, now you are a professional makeup artist. How it happened and how is it going?
Again, I think I should thank my best friend Ramya and my healer Rupa. I think it's because of them. I was always interested in makeup from my childhood days, and I was doing slowly, but I was not confident enough, because I look up to a lot of top makeup artists, and I'll be like, oh my god, I should have them, I should have a big vanity, I should learn a lot, I should experience. But one fine day, my friend, she created a small Navratri series, and she's like, let's collab, let's do this. And my healer, back then she gave me 2 eyeshadow palettes to me. She's like, Vechko, I was like, why are they giving me? Okay, let me just have fun. I think it started from there, and there are times where emotionally I was very down. Once I was not feeling too good. I was just very stressed a lot, and I felt I'm losing something. That's when I reached out to my healer and I told, see, I feel something is wrong. How do I become better? I think slowly when I started to heal through this pranic healing, or through guided meditations and everything, I think my healer, I think that's when I slowly started to understand everything on the inside.
And that's
More
how you're
detail.
coming towards the
Yeah.
makeup part.
Yes, that's how I came into makeup art. Before, Aksha was an anchor, she was an MC, she was a model, she's an influencer, she was doing this, that. I had a lot of things on my plate. I would say I was jack of all trades, but I couldn't master and become the top in that. That's why there was a drop for me. So right now what I'm doing is I'm slowly building my career, where I'm able to first choose one line, one path, become an expert in it, keep it steady, keep it going, keep it clear, have the clarity, and then open simultaneously. Rather than having everything and doing everything at a time. But I don't regret it. Sometimes our lessons are learnt through our experiences.
Exactly.
So slowly when it started happening, a lot of people come and tell me like, makeup pota, I look pretty, makeup. No, with makeup, without makeup, I believe that beauty lies in the feeling. It's the character, it's your behavior, it's about how you treat others, it's about how you feel. That's what's important to me. I just want to highlight the features and everything. I don't want to change their colors. I'm not this person who believes in heavy makeups or something. Experimental, editorial, and all those, I'm pretty okay. I've not experimented so much, but I always believed in skin finish, skin like makeup, because changing somebody and making them look so different is not how it's going to be, because you can't have that every day unless you master that art.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when you come back, it's yourself, it's the acceptance. So one day I'm going to look all bright, I'm going to be all decked up. The other day there might be days where I'm going to be looking like this, but that's how it is.
So what do you think now if anybody wants to contact you for doing makeups? How to reach you out?
I think
On the camera. On the camera.
guys, you can reach me out on my Instagram on AK Makeover page. That's there, or my Aksha page. Anything. They just have to DM me, and I think I would make you feel very confident and happy on your big day.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you,
Akshaya.
thank
So
you so
now we have a small Q&A round, question and answer. Okay. So it's just like looking back to you, and whatever comes to your mind, you can just speak about that. Okay. So Akshay, this is going to be a reflection.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now, if someone want to conquer the world, okay, what will you define, and what is the solution which you can give?
To start conquering the world, two things very important: discipline, self-love. When that both aligns, I think you can do anything in this world.
Absolutely. Exactly. All right. That's really nice. Okay. All right. Now, being a plus size model, see, zero size is actually very trending. Size zero, we call it as, okay? Size 0 to plus size. See, how do you find it, being a model?
I think when I say plus size model, I don't think in the South there are a lot of opportunities. But the brands, the homegrown brands, the upcoming brands, they're slowly moving, developing, accepting. Because, see, at times the reason for you being a plus size would be medical, or your genetics, or it might be because of childbirth, or anything for a men or women, or stress also. See, we can't control that. Sometimes we go out of control. That's how life is. But when you're coming back, or when you're trying to understand it, the process becomes difficult. If that could be a little easy, or if people could understand and accept, and when they could see people like me, or more people on their side, they could connect, communicate, and understand. It makes it a little easy for them, so that they don't feel that they are not one among the crowd, or they don't feel they are outside the box, they don't feel sad, they don't feel bad, especially when it comes for shopping. Finding clothes of my size at times itself is difficult. So all those things happen here. If the industry, or the fashion brands, or all these designers could come out and make it more exclusive,
Good,
and
good. Yeah.
bombarding, it would be great.
Exactly. What is that one advice you wanted to give to people who are already in plus size, not a model?
I just wanted to tell them one thing, that never stop loving yourself. No matter whatever is going to happen, if you want to reduce your weight because the society is putting you down or anything, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. You can neither enjoy the process and do it the way how you want to do it, or be sad, be bad and feel terrible and then do it. Even I've seen a lot of people from plus size to size M or size S, still they feel empty and hollow. So it's not the look, it's about what you feel. It's a love that you need to have on you.
Okay, so you should have some plus love towards self.
Yes, when you want, this is for all the people out there. When you want extra in your life, like big surprise, everything, why not extra people, extra kgs? Think it in that way.
Love your weight.
Yes, love it. Anything you do with love will listen to you. So you would be able to tune it the way how you want it.
Now, one more thing is like society is the one who's actually putting down people who are already, I'm not speaking about everyone, but still, okay? So what do you want to speak to them about this body shaming or else like putting down?
I think society, if it's not happy, as I told you, the motto is the same. People who are not happy with themselves would purge and would push their emotions and everything on other people, trying to put them down. Tomorrow, no one's going to come for you. Even your parents are not going to come for you. It's you who is going to be traveling with you lifelong. So at times when we give too much of importance to other people or other thoughts, or if they are trying to put us down and evaluate us or think that whatever they say is who we are, then who we are. Do you want to become a part of the society, or do you really want to understand who I am?
That's cool. Great.
I think that's what I wanted to tell. People, whoever are going to speak, are going to be speaking. Some people who really want to change, evolve, and make this planet a beautiful place for other souls and other people to also live happily, they are going to live happily. Because they are going to look at each other and, encourage them, motivate them, be kind. Sometimes anyone and everyone who's angry or who's going through a tough time, they just want someone to listen to. Or they just want someone to be kind, even when they are shouting.
Okay. Now, next is like food.
Oh, I love food. I love food. So food, two things I learned, especially when I was on my weight loss journey. I tried a lot of gyms, a lot of weight losses, proper diets. One thing I understood, when it comes to food, if you're sticking to the roots, a lot of people think if you don't eat or you eat breads or you avoid rice, you become lean. No, that's not how it works. It depends upon your metabolism and how your body is adapted, how you've been eating through generation. So stick to the roots, stick healthy, eat healthy. You want to eat junk, eat it in the noon. So you have all the digestion that happens and that helps you be a little bit balanced.
Great. One last question.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I'm in a relationship with myself for the years and it's growing very strong and I love me and I just can't wait to explore me, love me more, to understand the deep, beautiful Akshaya that I am and become the highest version of myself.
Oh, that's amazing.
30 and going very strong, honey.
All right. So, Akshaya, thank you so much for being here with us and speaking all the ONSense, not nonsense.
Yes.
One last thing before we wind up. How do you feel about ONSense?
I think ONSense is where everyone belongs, I feel. It's not that something that should make sense for everybody. If that makes sense for you and it's growing, it's making you the person that you want to become, I think that is perfectly none of your sense.
Thank you so much, Akshaya. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll meet you again.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. It was very nice and I'm so happy to meet you. Thanks for doing this and keep growing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you.
Okay. So thank you so much for watching and listening on Sense Talk. Okay, so Akshaya, we are so honored to bring her here and we are bringing more people like this. Follow on Sense Talk, subscribe our channel and be with us, be with this tribe, be with this community. Thank you so much. And Akshaya, so once again, thank you for being here.
Okay.
Okay, and again, we'll meet up soon. Okay, wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Yasin. I feel very happy, and thank you for ONSense community for having me on board. I can't wait to see a lot of souls coming and sharing their life. I think this is going to inspire and bring a lot of people together and understand. Thank you so much for creating this beautiful ONSense.
Thank you.
All the very best. I'll see you all. Bye bye.